And I think like establishing these relationships are really important. But I wanted to look at the more client-centric side of investment banking. Do you use any techniques to quickly establish the trust of new clients?
Yes. So generally, what happens is when you tend to meet the client, you tend to give examples of similar solutions that have been provided in the industry where the client belongs to give them that kind of a confidence that you have handled the industry, you have handled such kind of clients in the past, and at the same time, you have handled solutions which are more or less in line with the industry solutions. So that's a very important technique in terms of providing your vintage to the client, that how experienced you are in providing those kind of solutions and taking care of the client's need. That's number one. Number two, placing trust in terms of being responsiveness. So when a client provides you some kind of query, how responsive and how quick you are in providing that response out to the client is important. So therefore, in the initial stages of building a relationship with the client, responsiveness, your vintage, and ensuring that the client requirements are met, which are reasonably met. Sometimes, the client can be a little unreasonable, but you need to place a balance between reasonable and unreasonable, and those client needs are met, and that is how you create that kind of trust and tools and techniques to ensure that the client is comfortable with you from a relationship side.
Awesome. And I think going out of your way to obtain that domain specific knowledge is really important, plus offering like quick and good quality customer service. But for a moment, let's look at clients that you've already attracted, clients that you've had for a long period of time. How do you keep clients engaged during quiet periods when there's no active deal flow going on?
So what happens, Navan, when you have a long relationship with the client, you just don't get into the professional relationship. Then you move to a level higher than a professional relationship, not exactly a personal relationship, but a level between a professional and a personal relationship. Now, I believe that is where you come to a zone where even if you don't have active deals, it is very easy for you to pick up the phone, or for very easy for the client to pick up a phone and check on each other. So I think tools like, checking on your client on a regular basis, trying and meeting them every month once or every quarter once, even if there's no active engagement, to tell them that, hey, we are just round the corner. If you need anything, we are there for you, and we can help you to terms of looking at whatever solutions you need from our end. So, in order to keep an active engagement, you need to be actively being in touch with the client. That common phrase which says like out of sight, out of mind, right? It happens in the industry, it happens in any relationship, and it happens in the work industry, in the work relationship as well. So if you are not meeting the client regularly, if you're not engaging with them on a regular basis, there would be a point where they might not you might not be the first port of call for them, because it just slips off their mind, and the person who's been meeting them regularly becomes the first port of call. So I think that is very important. Even if the deals are not there, and you know that the client is a potential client which could help you to achieve or provide some business in the future sometime, it's important to be in regular engagement with the client.
Is it common maybe sometimes that maybe firms don't reach out to clients, they don't go that extra mile, and another investment banking firm swoops in and takes that client to them? Like, does that regularly happen?
It is very common. I believe you need to really understand that how as a personality you are, and try and see to what length you can go to pursue a client. There's a very thin line between being professional and being into or entering into a space which is beyond professionalism. Okay. And that depends on personality to personality. So a true salesperson would get into a little beyond the personal, professional zone, and try to create that comfort around the client to get the deal across. And it happens day in day out in the industry. So I think it is more important to understand your own personality and accordingly behave in that manner to kind and see how you can build relationship with the client.
Yeah, from what you're saying, I'm understanding the sort of competitiveness towards landing clients. Are there any unique techniques that you use? not something like your knowledge. I think that's something that most investment banking firms will have, like people trying to land clients. Like I like to think of it as like college applications. Like if you're applying to an Ivy League, everyone has good grades. But what is that one unique thing that you use to pull the client your way or to your firm?
I think I think genuineness, being real me, the way I am in front of the client is what is I would maintain myself to be in front of the client. So if for example, uh, I would genuinely behave the same manner in front of each client in terms of meeting their needs within the banking policies, would is something that would keep me different. I believe would be different from what makes me different from what other investment bankers or corporate bankers would be there on the field. And relationship, I think everything boils down to Nivan, relationship. You can have the best of the knowledge, you can be with the best of the banks, have the best of the products being offered, but at the end of the day, if you have a relationship, then you will get a hearing. Otherwise, you'll not even get a hearing if you don't have a relationship. So I think a relationship is most important.